Hello, good evening and welcome to NDTV. I am Ankit Tyagi. It's that day which many were dubbing as the semi-final ahead of the 2024 battle. And if this was a semi-final, the BJP has hit it out of the park. 4 election results declared today. The only sliver of hope for the Congress party is Telangana. All 3 Hindi heartland states, except Himachal Pradesh at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, which is ruled by the Congress party. There is a total domination of the Bharatiya Janata Party north of India in the Hindi heartland states, whether it's Madhya Pradesh, where 6 months back everybody was talking about and you kept hearing the fatigue for Shivraj Singh Chauhan, the BJP possibly in for a surprise as far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned. They are going to lose 20 years of anti-incumbency, so and so forth. And look at that hug of Sadhana Singh, that's the Chief Minister's wife in Bhopal. This will tell you the turnaround story as far as the Congress party is concerned, as the BJP is concerned. Not only have they been able to retain the state which they were in power, that is Madhya Pradesh, they have been able to wrest 2 states. Rajasthan, which has the roti palto rivaz as far as the state is concerned, but they have also been able to surprisingly in fact take away Chhattisgarh from the Congress party, which even till last night many did not give any, in fact, chance as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned. What does this mean, ladies and gentlemen, ahead of the 2024 elections? As I said, it's a total domination of the Bharatiya Janata Party in the Hindi heartland. Prime Minister Narendra Modi emerges as the Neta number 1, the big leader at this moment who has no parallel as far as his popularity is concerned. Specifically, if you are talking about the entire north of India and also, northwest and the western part of the country, the only hope to the Congress party, and we're talking about the southern Indian states, where in fact the Congress party is hoping that on those 130, 135 seats, they would be able to possibly put up much greater resistance. Meanwhile, apart from that, for the Congress party, they have not been able to find a counter narrative as far as the BJP is concerned. Modi magic is of course clear. And apart from that, like the Prime Minister kept saying, the hope, and it's very, very interesting. Everybody said that the Ladli Behna Yojana, the welfare schemes of Shivraj Singh Chauhan, the welfareism of the Bharatiya Janata Party, along with the bharosa of Narendra Modi, Modi ki guarantee, that has worked for the BJP in Madhya Pradesh. Why is it that the same welfareism push has not worked in the state of Rajasthan? Possibly many factors for the Congress party to go back and to the drawing board and think about. Was it the infighting? Because the larger narrative just till 6 months before the election was Sachin Pilot, Ashok Gehlot tiff. Could Mr. Gehlot, could the Congress party and their regional satraps, could they have kept their egos at bay and possibly gone ahead and been more accommodative of, let's say, somebody like a Sachin Pilot in Rajasthan, and maybe new election ideas as far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned, a second-rung leadership also for the Congress party. So a lot as far as the Congress goes to think about. This will have a huge impact, ladies and gentlemen, on the India bloc, which is hoping, which was building up some sort of a momentum. That momentum today comes to complete naught at this moment. And let me go across and take you, in fact, we'll keep talking about the inferences and what needs to be done. But the real magic and the fun of the election is on the ground. I'm being joined at this moment by my colleague Manish, who is joining us from Chhattisgarh, which has been a remarkable story at this moment. Vedant is also joining us at this moment. Manish, coming to you first. Till late last night, early morning as well, when the counting started, even the BJP leaders were hoping for a close contest. They were not seeing this kind of a result which we are seeing. It's a complete turnaround, and this turnaround will be at the cost of Bhupesh Baghel. He is, if I may call him, one of the biggest losers as far as the Congress party is concerned after these results.
No doubt about that. And in Chhattisgarh also, it is Modi ki guarantee which has really worked wonders for them on the ground, because whatever Modi promised 3 main things in the state of Chhattisgarh, which somewhere was they took the cue from the Congress victory in Karnataka. First thing was that he promised 12,000 rupees to women in one financial year. Of course, and they went door to door, they gave the guarantee, they even delivered all those forms, they got it signed, and Congress in the middle of the campaign realized somewhere that it is working real magic for them, and then they tried to top it up by promising 15,000. But somewhere this 12,000 which has come from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, somewhere the voters, whether it's male or female, they really believed in his promise more than whatever Congress party leadership, especially Chief Minister Mr. Bhupesh Baghel was trying to offer them now. Secondly, when it came to paddy procurement, Congress was somewhere supremely overconfident that they had really paid a very good price to the farmers when it comes to paddy procurement. So somewhere BJP read that also, and they promised that they are going to give 3,100 rupees per quintal for the paddy procurement also, and they will also somewhere clear all the outstanding dues of 2 years bonus which was not sorted out till then, which was not credited to the farmers account. And then Congress party realized that it is also working on the ground, because once again it has been promised by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So they try to top it up, they try to offer it better the offer by promising 3,200 rupees per quintal for the paddy procurement to the farmers. But as we have, we are saying in the case of Madhya Pradesh, but in the Chhattisgarh also, the rank and file of the BJP as well as in Congress,
yes,
somewhere they are all of the same view that it was the Prime Minister ki guarantee, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ki guarantee, which has really worked well for them.
Yes.
And that is why they are able to rest a state like Chhattisgarh, which was given by all the pollsters, most of the reporters. Of course, our colleague Anurag Dwari, somewhere whenever I used to talk to him, he used to say that Chhattisgarh is not a done deal. It is very tough for the Congress. Ankit.
And you're right. Look at the macro picture, and we'll go, in more details. And just give me a moment. Let me also bring our viewers a flavor of the other victory for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Sweet victory for the BJP. This will possibly be the one that they will savor. The Chhattisgarh victory, complete turnaround. Nobody was giving them a chance, and the BJP, in fact, winning at this moment comprehensively. 54, in fact, is the Bharatiya Janata Party. Every time, and the terms that the BJP had in Chhattisgarh, they have been in the 50s. It was the last election, 2018, was an outlier where the Congress, in fact, decimated and won the election in a thumping fashion. But in Rajasthan, the tradition, Vedant, has trumped all the hopes as far as Mr. Gehlot's welfareism is concerned. And a lot of people are asking the question, and of course for the Bharatiya Janata Party right now, the big question would be, who is going to be the Chief Minister?
Well, of course, Ankit, that's a later question, but a couple of things that we can break at this hour. First of all, Mr. Gehlot will be going to the Raj Bhavan at about 5:30 to tender his resignation. That is something that sources very close to Mr. Gehlot have indicated to us. So he will be going to the Raj Bhavan at 5:30 to tender his resignation to concede a defeat. In fact, I come to you from outside the Congress's war room, where Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot is currently in. In fact, he's about to leave any moment now. It was about a 2-hour long sort of introspection meeting that he had with the Congress observers, including, of course, Mr. Randhawa and Bhupinder Singh Hooda, who had come from Delhi. So they are, of course, introspecting right now, and after that a press conference is also expected. But it's certain that now Mr. Gehlot will concede defeat at about 5:30. He will go to Raj Bhavan and tender his resignation. Now, a couple of other important points here, Ankit, also is that very close Gehlot aides and big Gehlot faces have lost this election. Now, whether it is Satish Punia, whether it is people like Pramod Jain, Divya Mardena, these are people who Gehlot fielded in a big way, and they have lost elections by quite a margin. So that is, of course, something to look at as well. In fact, in Jaipur, where I come to you from, the BJP has made significant inroads. Only 2 seats have been lost by the BJP. In all the other seats, the BJP has won with a rather significant margin. Now, I was speaking to a couple of Congress, senior Congress leaders here, including Central Congress observers, and they said that of course they will come out with a joint statement later, but they say that perhaps there could have been a pre-poll alliance as far as the tribal seats are concerned. That is something that Congress leaders are conceding to, that a pre-poll alliance and tribal seats could have been sort of looked at, and also the caste arithmetic, because
Yes.
remember one thing that the news that's just coming in is that Jat strongman Mr. Beniwal from RLP, he has lost, and the BJP's Jat candidate has in fact won. So you look at how the BJP has gotten the caste arithmetic, the urban-rural arithmetic, as well as the tribal arithmetic right, which is why they've been able to sweep Rajasthan the way they have.
I think one of the underlining story, and that's election after election, is how the BJP as an election machinery functions, to the details, to the last dot, in fact. And their ability to bring out these kind of coalitions and to bring out their voters on the election day, that's something very important. While for the Congress, like in Madhya Pradesh, Kamal Nath kept saying Janta jitayegi, but eventually you have to also mobilize that Janta into converting them into votes. Another important factor, like Vedant was telling us, for the tribal, this is a story that cuts across states. Look at where the Congress gained the maximum as far as 2018 election in Chhattisgarh was concerned. Bastar, the tribal heartland of Chhattisgarh. Congress is being decimated there as well. In Rajasthan, in the tribal seats, Congress is being decimated. Go to Madhya Pradesh, in the tribal seats, the BJP has made big strides. So the tribal voter, the tribal outreach, and remember, on the day when the voting was in fact taking place in the state of Madhya Pradesh, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in Jharkhand for the Birsa Munda, in fact, anniversary, was speaking, was addressing a rally. All those things are very, very important in election, the management of the election, and this is paying dividends as far as the BJP is concerned. Let me also go across to the other center now, Bhopal, where, of course, Bhopal makes it 3-on-3 with Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. Bhopal makes it 3-on-3 for the Bharatiya Janata Party. And interestingly, my colleague Himanshu is joining us. Himanshu, interestingly, the only chief minister who has been able to buck the anti-incumbency trend at this moment in the 4 states is Shivraj Singh Chauhan. No matter what, the whole theory about fatigue factor, mama se thak gaye hain, koi aur chahiye, all that has been thrown completely out of the park as far as Shivraj Singh Chauhan's massive victory is concerned in the state of Madhya Pradesh.
That's right, and he has proven himself as a grassroots leader. Remember, this for a very long time, during his tenure as chief minister, he has been repeatedly focusing on people-centric policies, and he has had a very, very aggressive political outreach during these elections as well. And here leaders admit, even Congress leaders admit, that he's perhaps one leader who has campaigned the most. He's one leader who perhaps went to most number of constituencies to seek vote for his party. And he's one leader who is rooted to the ground, and that's why the policies also, the Ladli Behna scheme, which is set to be the game changer in these elections, was one such reflection of his understanding of what actually people want and his outreach to the women voters. Remember, I was here on 17th November, Ankit, and the biggest change that I saw in terms of the nature of the voting that happened on 17th November was the aggressive participation of women voters. On that day, I had interviewed more than 100 women voters, and they were all very aspirational, aggressive about the fact that their voice also matters, and that reflected very well in the BJP's campaign. Both Prime Minister Modi and Shivraj Singh Chauhan, you remember, have had a very concerted strategy to reach out to the women voters. The outcome on the other side, I want to show you the Congress office here, which has been deserted for last 3 hours, and this is Digvijay Singh's car. He went inside when the counting had started, and for last 3-4 hours we've been repeatedly trying to reach out to him, but he didn't come out. And this is Kamal Nath's cavalcade, and he's also expected to come out, and both these leaders have been closeted inside Kamal Nath's office, who is also the Madhya Pradesh Congress leader. And one poster I wanted to show you, Ankit, shows this story actually as far as Madhya Pradesh Congress is concerned. When we came here early in the morning, we saw these posters here. These posters were put up even before the counting had started, and it says, "Aa rahi hai Kamal Nath Sarkar." Congress was very, very confident about winning the Madhya Pradesh elections. Another poster here, it is still there. Kamal Nath ji ko Mukhyamantri banne ki hardik badhaiyan. They were so confident, the Congress leaders and workers here, that they had started congratulating Kamal Nath through these posters even before the counting had started. Now, after the counting, Congress office looks completely deserted here, and this is another story, a very important political story, because Congress is in a sense of disbelief. Congress is in a state of shock. I remember Vivek Tankha, who is the Rajya Sabha MP, close confidant of Kamal Nath, a senior Madhya Pradesh Congress leader, and in an interview to NDTV, Vivek Tankha has admitted that these results are disappointing, and he claimed that the kind of political support, the kind of political public reactions he had seen, Congress leaders had seen during the campaign, and the results that have come, they don't match up. There is a gap between what we perceived, what people wanted from Congress, and the manifesto, the promises they made, and the outcome in terms of what voters finally voted for. There is a gap. So he said that we have to sit back
between the BJP and the Congress party. It lies. The difference is this, that like what you said exactly, in fact, underlines the difference between the way the elections are fought and managed as far as the Congress and the BJP is concerned. Vivek Tankha is harping about what they perceived would be an election that they would win. The Bharatiya Janata Party went on to the nuts and bolts on the ground, made sure that they can in fact course correct every time they found that there is something which is not working for them. The Congress party went in this hope and perception that it was their turn this time to win the election of Madhya Pradesh, and this is going to be an extremely demoralizing defeat as far as the Congress party is concerned. And this close to the general elections 2024, it is going to be very, very difficult for the Congress party to trump back, in fact, in the Lok Sabha election. This is going to be a difficult road ahead. But let me very quickly also go across to the only sliver of hope as far as the Congress party is concerned. Telangana, the state which was ruled for 10 years since its formation by the BRS, KCR was seen as somebody who was hugely popular. People used to call him the father of Telangana. One man, and that man, at the posters of that man you just saw, Revant Reddy led Congress party, has, scripted history as far as Telangana is concerned. This is going to give, at least to the Congress party, a lot of heart and a lot of hope as well, because south of Vindhyas, at least the Congress party can hope that in 2024 they would be able to, in fact, hold some sort of a ground. Remember, historically as well, every time the Congress party has found their going difficult, whether it was Indira Gandhi, post the emergency era, then in the 1980s, Medak, which now, in fact, erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, now in Telangana, that's where she fought her election from. So this is going to be another southern state that the Congress party has been able to win, and this will give them at least some sort of consolation. It possibly would have become the big headline if it was not for the margin of victory, the scope of the victory of the BJP in Madhya Pradesh, and of course the complete turnaround in Chhattisgarh. Telangana possibly was the big headline which could have emerged out of this election, overshadowed now by the 3-0 loss in the Hindi heartland for the Congress party. At this moment, where the numbers are stacked up, the Congress ahead in 65 seats, BRS in 40. Vineet Goenka, political analyst, is joining us with at this moment. We also have, ladies and gentlemen, Matthew, who is joining us. He's the spokesperson of the Congress party. Gentlemen, welcome. Mr. Goenka, smile on your face. The Bharatiya Janata Party doing quite well. Does this mean a complete domination as far as the Hindi heartland is concerned? Is it game, set and match to the BJP for 2024, at least in North and West India?
Ankitji, Ram Ram to you and Ram Ram to all the viewers who are watching me right now. It's a clear message of two things, matchwood versus this is I think the ranking against Hindi, Sanatan, ranking against Modi ji, went against the INDI. Whereas on one side there was delivery of schemes like the toilet scheme, the LED, the gas and the DBT. On the other side, it was anti-Hindu, anti-Sanatan and the caste. And probably people would like to see progress and the work which was done in Madhya Pradesh, both in Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan. I would like to follow that particular path. The victory also tells one more maturity is needed in elections. It requires planning, it requires togetherness. The differences and the confusion within the INDI alliance is costed them a lot. And 2024, it goes, I think probably BJP has to work much harder because it has to prove better than this. So from today itself, I think Bharatiya Janata Party Karyakartas will be back on their job. They will visit home every possible voter and convince them so that they don't stay home completely.
I'm sorry, I apologize to you and to our viewers as well. There is some problem in your audio line. What we'll do, we'll try and fix that and we'll come back to you while you answer that. But Matthew, Telangana, congratulations, a big victory for the Congress party there. But Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, that is going to hurt the Congress party. It is a very demoralizing defeat, to say the least. Both the states were for the party. 6 months back, nobody was giving the BJP any chance as far as Chhattisgarh is concerned. In Madhya Pradesh, your leaders were absolutely sure that they are winning this election. This is going to hurt. And just close to 2024 election, does this mean that for the Congress party, the road is going to be very, very difficult? You are completely barring Himachal Pradesh being decimated of the Hindi heartland.
Ankit, thanks for the congratulations on Telangana. Chhattisgarh, we still have around 6 to 7 rounds more to go. And the margins are kind of, quite borderline. So it's too early for us to kind of close Chhattisgarh. First of all, I would like to thank the entire Congress workers and cadre, which really worked hard in all these 5 states, including Mizoram, where I'm sitting. I'm here for the last 3 months. There are people like me who have been in all these 5 states, leaving their professions and working hard for the party. And I would like to take a small correction on your word, demoralizing. For ones, who believe in the Congress party, victory and losses are part of our political journey. We are not demoralized by the losses. We will definitely look objectively into why our messaging, because all our campaigns were very spirited campaigns, highly supported campaigns. The top leadership, the 81-year-old Mallikarjun Kharge, the Honorable Congress President, to the lowest level of the workers, the leaders, everyone worked together. The state and the central leadership worked together as a well-oiled machinery. Our campaign manifesto promises and our campaigns were not bad. However, there is some sort of an area where we have to objectively analyze where our messaging couldn't connect with the voters, and what was the feedback, how better we could connect with the feedback.
Sir, but may I humbly then ask you this? You are saying that it's not demoralizing. Look at the lessons that the Congress party possibly learned from Karnataka and what you possibly have been able to implement as far as Telangana is concerned. A new young leader as far as Revanth Reddy is concerned. He has been part of other political parties, somebody who the Congress party gave a complete free hand. You've been able to use Mr. Sunil Kanugulu, his team and his feedback in Telangana much better. Same cannot be said. Your own leaders would admit and say Mr. Kamal Nath was not as accommodating as Mr. Kanugulu's team and the kind of feedback that he wanted to give as far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned. In Rajasthan, you paid the price of the anti-incumbency against the local MLAs.
Ankit, can I ask you a couple of questions back? What is the age of our Prime Minister? If you're saying BJP is kind of doing something and what is the age of the local leaders of BJP? Kamal Nath is a very senior leader. Ashok Gehlot is a very senior leader. Didn't BJP had problems in Madhya Pradesh? Madhya Pradesh, they had 7
No, but the point is, sir, they have been able to manage those problems better than you, at least at this moment. Can I request you to stay on with me? Union Minister Sir Jitendra Singh is joining us at this moment. Mr. Singh, thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. Congratulations first. 3-1 is the score at this moment. Everybody was touting this as the semi-final for 2024. You've hit the ball out of the park in the semi-final, sir.
Thank you, Adev. Thank you for congratulations. And I think, to sum it up, I would rather say that this is a reiteration of the trustworthiness and the confidence the people of India have in Prime Minister Modi, and to put it in the popular jargon, trustworthiness of the Modi guarantee. and being implemented through the double engine arrangement. And I think, of course, the three states we had expected, but I would rather even like to start from the state where we are not forming a government, namely Telangana, which we were discussing right now. I think what Congress got there was by default, the negative vote against the ruling party. But as far as BJP is concerned, we have qualitatively enlarged our ideological base, our mass base. So I think that's very significant, because in a state where, without being modest, I must confess, we had certain contradictions. But despite the barriers of language, region, etc., and all the kinds of misgivings being spread about BJP, we have succeeded in making inroads. And I think, again, the single most important factor responsible has been Prime Minister Modi.
Okay.
The road shows, the rallies addressed by him attracted the similar crowds, the same number as was witnessed in Madhya Pradesh. So that has another aspect as well. I think it augurs well for the Indian polity, a new kind of culture coming in. We have for the first time a Prime Minister whose name acts as a binding cord across the country, north, south, east, west, northeast.
I
think from that point of view, we, as you said, 3:1.
Only.
Yeah,
Telangana
3:1. But just let me complete this sentence.
Sure.
I said, you rightly said 3:1 from the point of view of making government, but I would rather say that even one, that we are not forming government, it's a significant achievement, which I'm sure is going to be spelled out by the analysts as the editorials start appearing from tomorrow.
So do you believe, because we've seen in the last few elections, when it's Congress versus BJP head-to-head, the BJP more often than not comes on the top. It's easier for you, historically, if you see in the recent elections, to take on the Congress party than the regional satraps. Now the Congress party ruling Telangana for 2024, do you see this as possibly a much easier battle than it would have been against BRS?
I think BJP is gradually enlarging its base, even in a state like Telangana, and yes, you may have a point in real politics, in the sense that when we are confronting directly a regional party, then sometimes the regional parties have the advantage of raking up certain kind of a sentiment which would be exclusively pertaining to the region, which might not be fitting into the ideological framework that a national party and a nation-committed nationalistic party like BJP does. But that apart, I think Modi has tried to set in a new political culture based on development and based on welfare schemes. So that is, I think, something which is going to make a huge difference in the kind of work culture in politics that the future generations will also be, expected to follow. Like, for example, you have schemes like Ujjwala, you have Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. The benefit reaches to the one who needs it the most, regardless of caste, creed, region, language. And even regardless of the vote consideration. Nobody asks what party do you vote for, which are you going for. And secondly, those sections which were hitherto unaffected or not attended enough, like for example Vishwakarma, the traditional artisans who were earning their living through traditional arts and also keeping the civilization alive. They are as much there in equal numbers in a state like Telangana as elsewhere. So these are the sections which none of the earlier governments addressed to. So now I think, and with the new voter having come in large number, with 70% of the India's population below the age of 40, they see reason. So it's more of the benefit going equitably depending on who needs the most, reaching out to those who require us, instead of, getting carried away by the regional sentiment, which, as you rightly mentioned, could have been a constraint for a national party like BJP.
Let me ask you one by one about the three states that the party has won, and let me start with Chhattisgarh. Was this the sweetest surprise for the day? Because trust me, even in the morning, there are senior leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party who always thought that it is going to be close, but nobody was confident that the party is going to cross the halfway mark and will in fact trump the Congress party. The pollsters were not giving it to the BJP. Is this the sweetest victory as far as the BJP is concerned, and what worked it for the Bharatiya Janata Party?
No, I agree. The tally may be higher than what we had expected, but victory would be there was quite definite. For example, I'll tell you how. We have a pattern of working in BJP it's a cadre-driven party. So all of us are assigned responsibilities wherever the election and whatever the level of election, whether it's a local body election or assembly or part. So I was assigned Rajasthan, so I was based there all these months. But whenever we would exchange our views or inputs with our counterparts, those looking after Chhattisgarh, I vividly remember each time when I asked them how are we doing, they would say with all the confidence that regardless of whatever is being put out, BJP is going to form the government. So those who were actually in touch with the ground and with the connected with the politicking happening over there locally were quite confident, because there's a huge amount of anti-incumbency, corruption charges, and I think above all, what has made difference both in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh is that people, the common man in heart of hearts, may not say so in many words, but realizes that there is actually benefit in having a double engine sarkar. Now, double engine is a phrase which sometimes is taken with a pinch of salt. Many people don't even like to appreciate it, but it does make sense, because many of the schemes like Ayushman Yojana, like PM Awas Yojana did not find translation on the ground in the same manner as they have found in the neighboring states like Madhya Pradesh, or in case of Rajasthan like Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh. So the common voter understands that he is depriving himself of the benefit of that. So I think that's what strikes the chord.
You spoke about Rajasthan, and you've been involved with the state of electioneering as far as the state of Rajasthan is concerned. One question that everybody at this moment who is celebrating the BJP's victory is, who is going to be the chief minister, sir, in the state of Rajasthan? Can you give our viewers some clue? There were so many leaders of your party which seem that were in the fray. Who do you, at this moment is current favourite?
No, I'm sure anybody, in my place, sitting over here from BJP would be put this question, rightly so. I appreciate that. But the answer also has to be predictable, because we are a disciplined about party. We have a pattern of working. It's not a dynasty-driven party. The decisions are not taken in the kitchen coterie or sitting on the dining table between mother and son or father and son. So we have a parliamentary board, that the consensus is evolved, observers are appointed, they elicit the views of each and every legislator separately, collectively, and then finally a decision is made, and the announcement is unanimously accepted by all. So I think the same pattern is going to be followed this time over as well.
The only state which has been able to buck the anti-incumbency trend that we have seen in these elections, because the government of Telangana lost, the government of Chhattisgarh seems to be losing, and also the government of Rajasthan. The only state that has bucked that trend is Madhya Pradesh. 166 at this moment, plays 62 of as far as the Congress party is concerned. Who will you credit this victory to? Is it the Ladli Behna, which has just, completely spun a magic for the Bharatiya Janata Party?
No, I think you have made a very important point. Why no anti-incumbency in Madhya Pradesh when the same is being witnessed in Chhattisgarh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan and Telangana? I think one important reason, of course, these schemes are there. We have the Ujjwala and we have PM Awas Yojana, so many schemes rolled out. But what I was saying in my earlier expression is that two reasons, I think. Many of these welfare schemes, which are hugely reaching the last mile, the last man in the last queue, rolled out by Prime Minister Modi, did not find the similar kind of translation in the states which were not ruled by BJP. So, second, anti-incumbency also, because there was no anti-incumbency in Madhya Pradesh. But anti-incumbency because of corruption, anti-incumbency also because the people there now becoming increasingly aware, thanks to the social media and all the channels of communication, the huge technology available around us, could actually understand that they were being deprived of huge benefit which was available to the other states. So that's the reason there was no anti-incumbency, because the Modi schemes found a saturation translation in Madhya Pradesh and were not adversely affected by corruption charges or by pilferage of central funds, which was happening in states like Rajasthan. You could see the full-page advertisements in the newspapers depicting the chief minister, etc., which doesn't happen when you have a double-engine sarkar, because there is a huge amount of accountability. So lack of accountability, lack of translation of the central schemes initiated by Modi on the ground, and also anti-incumbency because of the corruption again, due to lack of...
In
accountably.
conclusion,
so I think all these factors have been.
In conclusion, before I let you go, sir, when Karnataka happened, a lot of BJP leaders said, do not extrapolate anything for 2024 with what has happened in Karnataka. At this moment, would the BJP want to extrapolate a lot out of what has happened in these three states? Is it game, set and match for Narendra Modi? Is that what the Bharatiya Janata Party now believes in?
Yeah, see, the mood of the people is now quite obvious. But having said that, let me also put the record straight. I would not be pretentious. These questions are put to us or asked because the mind conditioning of the observers is influenced by the half a century of the Congress rule. But here in BJP, we follow a different pattern. This is a 24 into 7 into 365 party. And just note my words. Today, the results have come out. By tomorrow or day after, I'm sure the party headquarters is going to summon the meeting of the next state which is going to the elections whenever it happens. So we are continuously working. It's not that we get charged only during election. We start visiting temples during the election campaign. So we have a pattern which is always on the job, and election happens as in the course of our the ongoing activity, and it's taken that side. So notwithstanding the fact that Modi ji is a huge asset for us, and today's result has actually boosted the morale of each and every Karyakarta, so also every countryman.
Right.
Our way of working and the kind of input that is put in by each of the Karyakarta will continue unrelented even in the days to come.
So congratulations today for the victory of the Bharatiya Janata Party in 3 states in the complete Hindi heartland. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me very quickly also, we were talking about Telangana, cross to my colleague Uma, who's joining us, Uma Sudhir, the only sliver of hope as far as the Congress party is concerned, but they have, as I said, it could have been possibly the biggest headline of the day if there was not this remarkable turnaround for the Bharatiya Janata Party in Chhattisgarh and, of course, the margin of the victory in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Uma, let me ask you this straight. For the Congress supporters and specifically people outside the Congress headquarters, it was the chant Revant for CM. Is that set as far as the Congress party is concerned, or could there be some last-minute surprise after this victory? All right, I've just been told there is so much activity there. My colleague Uma, the Congress is in fact, that's the only state where the crackers and the laddus all right, let me just bring you these shots as well. DK Shivkumar played an important role as far as Telangana is concerned in the campaigning. We were just showing you the shots of them celebrating, cutting a cake there. That's the only state the Congress party today would be celebrating, and at least for the Congress party, that gives them the silver lining that south of Vindhyas is still where possibly there is that recall factor, the popularity where the Congress can hope with their regional faces and the popularity of the Gandhi family, Rahul Gandhi possibly, south of India, that they can put up a strong fight in 2024. When it comes to the Hindi heartland, ladies and gentlemen, the big story is it's a total domination of the BJP. Those visuals, in fact, Revant Reddy there along with DK Shivkumar and the senior leaders of the Congress party cutting the cake and of course, they have the bragging rights and the celebrations as far as Telangana is concerned. It was quite remarkable. 6 months back, it was not that everybody thought that the Congress party would be able to, in fact, script history. They have done so in the state of Telangana by winning it comprehensively. With that, those visuals, the only visuals where the Congress will be seen celebrating today. We are slipping into a very short break. Coming back, stay tuned. The coverage continues on NDTV.
Is set, and it's good news for the BJP all the way with a surprise victory in the state of Chhattisgarh. Madhya Pradesh, a clear sweep with a 2/3 majority, also a convincing victory coming from the state of Rajasthan. All these clearly talking about the Modi magic or Modi factor that is at play. Remember, in all these states, the BJP did not go for any face. The face was brand Narendra Modi. The face was being the Prime Minister's image. The trust that people of these states have on Prime Minister Narendra Modi is what is on display here. Clear look at visuals and the margins and the victory. It's a complete wipeout, or drubbing as it is being said now, in the state of Madhya Pradesh, with the BJP winning 165, its biggest victory ever in the last 20 years. Congress at 63. One of the most shameful defeats that the Congress has faced in recent times. Coming to the state of Rajasthan, convincing victory again, but perhaps a number of 70 would give some kind of relief to the Congress party, although it was hoping that it will be a close call or a cliffhanger. That was not to be in the state of Rajasthan. Look at the numbers of Chhattisgarh. Who would have thought that a convincing chief minister who has, none of the exit polls really gave any chance to the BJP in the state of Chhattisgarh, but they came from behind certainly and have managed to form the government. They are forming the government, but who will be the chief minister in all these states? That is something that we'll have to wait and see. But look at those visuals, and I will try and connect with the reporters in just a bit. Telangana, the overall numbers, that's the only relief for the Congress party, with 64 seats having won. Uma Sudhir is joining us live. Uma, so the man of the moment, Revant Reddy, is back in Hyderabad. He has managed to win and defeat the chief minister himself. So, it will be fair to say that because the Congress made it a one-on-one battle in Kamareddy, they wanted to send that message that he is the man taking on the chief minister, so he is potential chief minister.
He's certainly the potential chief minister, and even the police chief of Telangana seems to think so, because even before that announcement, we saw the DGP Anjani Kumar and also the additional DGP Mr. Sanjay Jain going in and greeting Revant Reddy when it started appearing as though he is going to be the winner. While he is certainly the front runner and the favourite among the crowds as well, because wherever he goes, the big slogans of he is about to also address a press conference in a short while from now. DK Shivkumar is here and other leaders as well. But I must point out that while Revant Reddy as the Telangana Congress chief also is the front runner, there are others in contention as well, like Komat Reddy, Venkat Reddy, who has about 35 years experience in the Congress itself and claims that because he has won all the assembly constituencies in his district and has delivered with the highest majority or margin in his own constituency, he should be considered as well. He is said to be again, claims to be close to the Gandhi family as well. There is other contenders like Bhatti Vikramarka, Damodar Raj Narsimha, Uttam Kumar Reddy. There is also the face of the Reddy community, also the face of the SC community, who are all in contention to be chief minister here. I met Mr. Revant Reddy a short while ago. He doesn't want to talk too early. He does know that Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi are likely to go for him. What we understand is that the understanding is that he would be made the chief minister, and the others who are contenders in this, according to the caste equations as well as regional equations, will be accommodated in the cabinet. Perhaps we'll have one deputy chief minister or more.
And what exactly has been the result in Kamareddy? Because there are reports suggesting that perhaps it is the BJP candidate which has defeated both the chief minister, that is KCR, and also and also potential chief minister in Revant Reddy. What exactly is the result in Kamareddy?
So, when I met Revant Reddy a short while ago and asked him about Kamareddy, what he said was that this is a huge disappointment for KCR, and he said this is a lifetime humiliation for KCR. That's how he put it. I said, are you likely to scrape through? Because at that stage, he was only at 2,500 ahead of the BJP candidate. Like you rightly mentioned, Venkat Ram Reddy is the BJP candidate, and he is considered, he is a local, and his chances were being favoured in the town of Kamareddy as well as by the youth there. He said, why are you still having any doubts, Umaji? I am going to be the winner there. I have not been able to follow the last round to be able to know if Revant Reddy did emerge the winner. But the fact that he continued to have 2,500 or 2,000 as his lead every time after even the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th rounds, it does appear that he has managed to, actually surprise everyone, because when people were talking about him perhaps being third, that he may turn out third in Kamareddy, but everyone here is in fact calling it the Revanth magic that he managed
We have
to win not
a
just
newsmaker
Kodandar, but
joining
also
us live
Kamareddy.
from
When
the
you
BJP
see as an
headquarters.
outsider,
INB Minister Anurag Thakur is joining us live. अनुराग जी, 3 स्टेट के चुनाव जो सबसे अहम है हिंदी बेल्ट में, छत्तीसगढ़, मध्य प्रदेश, राजस्थान, तीनों में आपकी जीत किस तरह से देख रहे हैं आप?
मारिया जी, जीत खास है। जनता को मोदी जी पर विश्वास है। मोदी मैजिक चला है और जनता ने एक ही गारंटी पर विश्वास किया है, मोदी की गारंटी। और मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि जनता का दिल की गहराइयों से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आभार कि उन्होंने डबल इंजन सरकार बनाने के लिए जो मोहर लगाई है। हम डबल विकास और सुशासन इंश्योर करेंगे और ये मोदी की गारंटी ही है, जिसने, अगर आप मध्य प्रदेश में देखेंगे तो वहाँ पर जीत इतनी बड़ी हुई है, ऐतिहासिक हुई है कि साथ वाले राज्यों को भी लगा कि पिछले 5 वर्षों में भाजपा की सरकार नहीं थी तो बहुत नुकसान हुआ। महिला अपराध और भ्रष्टाचार के मामले बहुत बड़े, पेपर लीक के मामले बड़े, जो वायदे किए थे वो झूठे हुए, तो कांग्रेस को जनता ने नकार दिया है। और छत्तीसगढ़ की बात करूं तो महादेव का श्राप कांग्रेस साफ, गौ माता का श्राप कांग्रेस साफ, गंगा जल की झूठी कसम खाई थी, माँ गंगा का श्राप कांग्रेस साफ, और गरीब जनता के साथ जो भेदभाव और झूठ बोला, जनता का श्राप कांग्रेस साफ।
लेकिन छत्तीसगढ़ में तो कोई भी एग्जिट पोल्स आपकी सरकार नहीं बना रहे थे, यहाँ पर तो 53 आ गया, और मध्य प्रदेश 165, इट इज द बिगेस्ट विक्ट्री ऑफ द बीजेपी एवर। मेरा सवाल ये है कि ये तो प्रो इनकम्बेंसी का भी प्रो इनकम्बेंसी, अनुराग जी, सवाल ये उठेगा कि क्या किया आपने सही मध्य प्रदेश में और छत्तीसगढ़ में?
मैं पहले छत्तीसगढ़ पे आना चाहता हूं। छत्तीसगढ़ में कांग्रेस के लिए एटीएम बन गया था, भ्रष्टाचार का अड्डा, उग्राही का अड्डा, और पैसा कमाकर वो केंद्र के पार्टी तक पहुंचाने का काम। भ्रष्टाचार एक के बाद दूसरे, और जनता मान चुकी थी। जैसे महादेव ऐप घोटाला आया, आपको याद होगा उससे पहले मैंने भूपे ऐप लॉन्च किया था वहाँ पर, और मैंने कहा था भ्रष्टाचार करो, भूपे करो, यानी कि भ्रष्टाचार करके भूपेश बघेल जी को पेमेंट करो। और ऐसा चिपका, और प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने भी जाकर जब कहा कि इन्होंने तो महादेव को भी नहीं छोड़ा, तो लोगों को वापस एक बार वापस याद कराना कि शराब घोटाला, कोयला घोटाला, गोठान घोटाला, महादेव ऐप घोटाला, घोटाले पे घोटाला, कांग्रेस के छत्तीसगढ़ का राज्य बन गया था। पेपर लीक एक नहीं अनेक, राजस्थान में 19 पेपर लीक हुए, तो छत्तीसगढ़ में तो पूरी कांग्रेस का ऐसा लगता था उन्हीं के लिए सरकार नौकरियां निकाल रही है। तो जनता का विश्वास उठ चुका था। जहां मध्य प्रदेश की बात है, आप देखिए जनता ने जो 1.5 साल देखा बीच में कांग्रेस का, उस समय कांग्रेस के नेता ही उनके छुट्टी पा गए थे, और कांग्रेस के नेताओं ने ही कहा था कि अब कमलनाथ जी की सरकार नहीं चाहिए, हमें कमल वाली सरकार चाहिए। तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की जब फिर अवसर मिला तो शानदार नेतृत्व वहाँ पर शिवराज जी ने दिया, सरकार शानदार चली, और डबल इंजन का लाभ लोगों ने देखा, तभी तो वापस तीनों राज्यों में डबल इंजन की सरकार बनाई।
अनुराग जी, आप भी ये तीनों स्टेट में कैंपेन कर रहे थे, पर्टिकुलरली यूथ वोटर्स या युवा वोटर के बीच में आप काफ़ी दिखे हैं। मेरा सवाल ये है कि फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर्स ने क्यों भाजपा का साथ दिया? वुमेन वोटर्स के बारे में तो अब कहा जाता है कि एक कास्ट न्यूट्रल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी, एक जेंडर कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी नरेंद्र मोदी के साथ खड़ी हो रही है।
देखिए, युवा अपना वर्तमान और भविष्य देखते हैं, और जब वो देखते हैं कि अगर दुनिया अपना भविष्य भारत के साथ देख रही है और भारत के नेतृत्व में विश्वास कर रही है, तो युवा तो बहुत समझदार है भारत का। मोदी सरकार की नीतियां जो युवाओं के हित में है। स्टार्टअप इंडिया देखिए, भारत कहीं नहीं था 2014 में, आज दुनिया की तीसरी सबसे बड़ी शक्ति बन गई है। आज हमारे जो बाकी मेक इन इंडिया प्रोग्राम हो या आत्मनिर्भर भारत हो, उसका ये फ़र्क देखने को मिलता है कि भारत 10वें से 5वीं सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बन गया। हम दुनिया के सबसे बड़े खाद्यान्न से लेकर दूध उत्पादन वाले देश बन गए। सेकंड लार्जेस्ट हम लोग स्टील से मोबाइल मैन्युफैक्चरर बन गए, और थर्ड लार्जेस्ट ऑटोमोबाइल मैन्युफैक्चरर बन गए। एक के बाद दूसरी हमने कीर्तिमान स्थापित किए। यूपीआई भीम या डिजिटल पेमेंट्स की बात करूं, दुनिया में नंबर 1 भारत है। 46% पेमेंट दुनिया की भारत में होती है। तो युवा देखते हैं कि एक ईमानदार सरकार केंद्र में है और राज्यों में भी जहां इनकी सरकारें वो ईमानदारी से काम कर रही हैं। तो युवा केवल चाहता है नीति ऐसी जहां पे उनको अवसर मिले। तो आज का युवा नौकरी लेने वाला नहीं, देने वाला बनना चाहता है और युवाओं को एक अपनी भूमिका मोदी जी के साथ इस देश को विकसित राष्ट्र बनाने में नजर आती है।
छत्तीसगढ़, मध्य प्रदेश, राजस्थान, तीनों राज्यों में अनुराग जी भाजपा किसी चेहरे के साथ नहीं गई, नरेंद्र मोदी के अंडर में कलेक्टिव लीडरशिप के साथ गई है। तो क्या ये माना जाए कि ये सब स्टेट में एक एक्नॉलेजमेंट भी था कि स्टेट लीडरशिप कमजोर है, इसलिए ब्रांड नरेंद्र मोदी ही क्लिक कर सकता है?
आपने बिल्कुल ठीक कहा, ये सही है। हम लोग नरेंद्र मोदी जी के चेहरे को लेकर ही गए और हमें विश्वास भी था कि जनता मोदी जी पर जो विश्वास करती है उसका लाभ भारतीय जनता पार्टी को इन चुनावी राज्यों में मिलेगा। और ये बम्पर जीत, ऐतिहासिक जीत, ये मोदी मैजिक के कारण है। जनता ने दिखा दिया है कि झूठी गारंटी नहीं चलेगी। घमंडिया गठबंधन का घमंड और अहंकार चूर चूर किया है। जिन्होंने पत्रकारों को भी विरोध किया, तिरस्कार किया, जनता ने उनको नकारने का काम किया है। जनता जानती है कि अगर आप जातिवाद के नाम पर बांटोगे तो जनता को सुशासन और विकास चाहिए, जातिवाद नहीं चाहिए। अब कांग्रेस क्षेत्रवाद पे चली है, वो कहती है उत्तर और दक्षिण करने का काम। मैं फिर कहना चाहता हूँ, राहुल गांधी जी ने वायनाड से कहा था कि उत्तर के लोगों को पता नहीं जो दक्षिण के लोगों को पता है। उन्होंने अपमान किया था उत्तर प्रदेश के लोगों का या उस कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी का भी जहां से वो कई बार सांसद चुनकर गए। अब जनता ये सब बड़ी बारीकी से देखती है।
लेकिन
जनता को क्षेत्र में नहीं बंटना, जाति धर्म में नहीं बंटना है।
लेकिन अनुराग जी, अगर मोदी मैजिक हिंदी बेल्ट में काम कर रहा है तो तेलंगाना में आप तीसरे नंबर पे क्यों हैं? चौथे नंबर पे भी हो सकता है।
मारिया जी, इसमें मैं आपको एक स्पष्ट करूं, हमारी पिछली बार 1 सीट थी, आज 9 सीट की बात आती है। 9 गुना ज़्यादा सीटों में और वोट बैंक में 7% से बढ़कर 15% होना, दुगने से ज़्यादा होना, ये बहुत बड़ी छलांग है। दूसरी बात मैं कहूँ, बाई इलेक्शन हुए, उसमें 2 बाई इलेक्शन भारतीय जनता पार्टी जीती, कांग्रेस तीसरे नंबर पे थी। ग्रेटर हैदराबाद म्यूनसिपल कमेटी के चुनाव हुए, हमारा वोट शेयर देखिए जी कहाँ पे, और उस समय हमारी सीटें रिकॉर्ड सीटें जीत कर आई। वातावरण जो प्रदेश में खड़ा किया बीआरएस के खिलाफ भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने किया। ये बात सही है कि सरकार हम नहीं बना पाए, लेकिन रिकॉर्ड हमने सीटें जीती हैं पिछली बार की तुलना में और हमारा वोट शेयर भी दुगने से ज्यादा हुआ है।
छत्तीसगढ़, मध्य प्रदेश, राजस्थान, अनुराग जी, तीनों राज्य आप 2018 में हारे थे, लेकिन 2019 में एक स्वीप था, मोदी वेव था जो दिखा था, और इस बार तीनों राज्य आप जीत रहे हैं। तो 2024 में क्या होगा?
जनता का आशीर्वाद फिर 2024 में मिलेगा। जनता जब जब मोदी जी को आशीर्वाद देती है, पूर्ण बहुमत की सरकार बनती है और देश आगे बढ़ता है, गरीबों का कल्याण होता है। जनता ने देखा है कि 13.5 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी रेखा से बाहर पिछले 5 सालों में आए। अब उम्मीद है कि अगले 5 सालों में और बाहर आएंगे और गरीबों का कल्याण होगा। अगर 4 करोड़ पक्के मकान, 12 करोड़ शौचालय, 9.5 करोड़ बहनों को रसोई गैस का सिलेंडर, 13 करोड़ घरों को नल से जल, 60 करोड़ लोगों को 5 लाख का इलाज और 80 करोड़ से ज़्यादा गरीबों को मुफ्त में अनाज मिला है, तो जनता चाहती है कि आगे भी मिलता रहे। तो फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार ही 2024 में भी बनाएंगे।
आखिरी सवाल, फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार आप कह रहे हैं 2024 में। बीजेपी मशीनरी कभी थकती नहीं है। एक चुनाव खत्म होता है, दूसरी चुनाव की तैयारी होती है। अभी आप बीजेपी हेडक्वार्टर्स में हैं, तैयारी 2024 की शुरू हो चुकी है। मेरा सवाल है, प्रधानमंत्री थोड़ी देर में आने वाले हैं, तो किस तरह का स्वागत का इंतजाम किया गया है?
हम तो एक ही नारे के साथ चलते हैं, चरेवेती चरेवेती चरेवेती। न थकना है न रुकना है, बस निरंतर चलते रहना है और लक्ष्य की प्राप्ति जो विकसित भारत 2047 तक बनाना है, उसमें हर भारतीय को योगदान देना है और हर भारतीय को उससे पहले भाजपा को जिताकर सत्ता में लाकर देश के कल्याण के लिए काम करने के लिए चुनना है।
आप ये भी मानते हैं कि पर्सनल अटैक्स जो हुआ है प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी के अगेंस्ट में, वो हमेशा बैकफायर करता है, और क्या ये रिजल्ट्स उसी का एक संकेत है?
हमारी अच्छी, अगर आप देखें, जब जब कांग्रेस ने गुजरात से लेकर देश के चुनावों में मोदी जी पर अपशब्द कहें, अपमान किया है, कीचड़ उछाला है। जितना कीचड़ उछाला उतना ही कमल खिला है। जितने अपशब्द कहे मोदी जी उतने निखर कर बाहर आए हैं, क्योंकि मोदी जी को जवाब नहीं देना पड़ता, जनता वोट से जवाब देती है और मोदी जी के हित में देती है।
Anurag Thakur, really appreciate your time. Thank you for speaking to NDTV.